Hey YouTube, today we're going to do a quick comparison of two of the classic snub-nose revolvers of the last 100 years. What we have here today is a Colt Detective Special, caliber 38 Special, and the Smith Wesson Model 36 Chief Special, also in 38 Special. These are two classic revolvers. They've been in about every detective cop show for the last 100 years. Now the Smith & Wesson was made from 1950 to the present. You can still get this gun today. It's also morphed into a couple of different things under the Chief Special name, which also comes in the Model 60, which I'll do a separate video on. The Colt Detective Special was made from 1927 until 1986 in about 3 different variations, and then it was brought back in 1993 to I think 1998 in a couple of different versions. But you're going to find a couple of differences in these guns. First, obviously, is the size. The Smith & Wesson is noticeably smaller. It's also lighter. The cylinder and the amount of rounds on the Colt Detective Special is 6. The Smith & Wesson is 5. So it's definitely a little bit smaller firearm for the Smith & Wesson. A couple of key differences here, and we'll do a safety check. See, they're both unloaded. When you fire the Colt Detective Special, you will see that the cylinder, as I pull the trigger, moves clockwise. When you fire the Smith & Wesson, you'll see that the trigger moves the cylinder counterclockwise, just a little bit different. The Smith & Wesson, you push in to move the cylinder. The Colt Detective Special, you pull out to remove the cylinder. A couple other differences here. This is the third model of the Colt Detective Special. You'll see this has the completely shrouded ejector cover. The two earlier versions, which I'll do in a separate video, did not have the shroud cover, so you had your ejector rod just hanging out right underneath the barrel, which could have caused it to hang up on something, get bent. So Colt in the 80s or the 70s decided they would completely shroud that ejector rod. The Smith & Wesson has an open ejector rod, but you'll see it has this block at the front. So again, nothing could catch that rod, your pants, whatever. So even though it's not completely shrouded like the Colt, it is protected by this front piece here. That is a 5-cylinder shotgun. The Colt, 6-cylinder shotgun. Just a little bit different. Very nice guns, both of them. They both shoot great, classic look. Again, every movie you've ever seen, these guns are in. Now, what I did, these are original from the time period. This is in 1978, this is in 1974. These came with the thin wood checkered grips. I shoot my guns, so I want them to be comfortable. So rather than have the skinny wood grips, I put the Packmer, I believe they're Packmer, with the Packmer made these grips with the Colt medallion and the Smith Wesson embossed logo in them. So they're comfortable for shooting, they're great guns, ramp sights, very easy to conceal. Bigger difference is the 2-inch barrel versus the 1 7/8 inch barrel. Now I'll make a couple of more videos on the individual guns, but just to compare the two, the Smith & Wesson Model 36 Chief Special, the Colt Detective Special. And I'll show you the specifications of each gun. There is the Smith & Wesson. So we'll do a couple more comparison videos. We'll do an individual video on each firearm, and then I'll do one of the gun that this morphed into, which is the Model 60. Have a good night.